이 시리즈는 한국에 거주하는 우리 외국인 친구들이 가장 좋아하는 한국 음식을 소개합니다.
안녕하세요. 저는 캐나다에서 온 드웨인이라고 합니다. 이제 한국에서 산지 25년 되었고 제가 제일 좋아하는 한국 음식은 해물입니다.
대박.
아이 그거 대박이지.
Where do we start? 이거
Well,
진짜 맛있겠다.
Before we eat this, I'll have to say that we are out of season.
Yes.
So the proper time to eat this would be in January.
Okay.
But if it's bad, you'll know it's bad in about 3 hours. But this was fresh. This was just flipping around downstairs. So I'm pretty sure it will be okay. So for a winter's day, this is perfect.
Right.
For a small snack in the summertime, it's a little bit dangerous, but life on the edge.
It's interesting because I've always had 회 and seafood mostly in summer. Have I been doing it wrong?
No, you've probably been on the coast.
Yes, Jeju and Busan.
Yeah. And when you're there, you can have it anytime.
Okay.
But we're going to have it. So this is urak. I have no idea what the English name is. Kali scallops.
매운탕.
Spicy soup.
Spicy.
Actually, pop the heat on that baby so we can get that going.
certainly will.
There we go.
Great.
So basically, they chop up the fish.
Yep.
And the head and leftover parts go in here. So,
Beautiful.
spicy fish head soup. The head has a little bit of meat on it.
Okay.
Like the eyeballs and stuff, but I don't eat that. And otherwise, yeah, we're good to go. This is something I've been eating periodically, a couple times a year, 3-4 times a year since I got to Korea.
Amazing.
And a little known fact about me. My mother's from Canada's East Coast, Newfoundland. So growing up, I had a lot of fish, but they have it the old school style, which means heavily salted, very plain. You'd like it, you're British.
Yeah. Thank you.
I enjoyed that, but we never had this and we never had that, and we certainly never had wasabi.
Sure.
So that's what we're having right now. Yeah, so let's party. Okay.
잘 먹겠습니다.
예, 저도 잘 먹겠습니다.
Oh wow.
It's okay.
Oh, that's fresh.
And this stuff here, I think this is the best thing to come out of Korea. So when I came here, samjang was my go-to dip. And then you get all that wonderful garlic. All
Oh
right.
goodness.
Yeah?
감사합니다. 와.
예, 감사합니다.
와 이거 진짜 맛있겠다. 헐.
If you go down to Namdaemun, or Sungnaemun as the kids are saying nowadays, you can get those.
Scallop.
This is scallop.
This is amazing. Wow.
And what I like about Korea, because this is one of the only countries where you can eat raw garlic and get away with it.
So we're getting the raw garlic, bit of samjang, 깻잎 as well, right?
Yeah, because that gives it that little extra punch, right?
Okay. It's like the chili like that. 아이고.
There you go.
Oh my gosh. Oh, thank you.
Can you taste the garlic, huh? That garlic just gives it that punch.
Oh, what is that? That is everything.
Oh yeah, that's amazing.
Especially with this 깻잎, it kind of adds that sharpness. I don't know how to.
When I first came to Korea and I tried one of those, I thought, what is going on in my mouth? But then I liked it, yeah. Okay, ready for one of those?
Yes. How do we
Okay.
eat this?
Just grab it. You can dip it if you want
Yeah.
in the wasabi stuff, but it's better to take a nibble just to taste how wonderful that is.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's superb.
Let's grab one of these puppies. But you see that big green bit on the back?
Yes.
Some people say that's the best part, and some people say Don't eat that. I leave it to you to make up your own mind.
Yeah?
Okay, so this mussel's good. A little chewy, right?
Yeah.
This one, that's what we call sweet.
Yeah.
Go ahead, man. Dive in there.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah? I don't know what you're trying to say there.
Melt.
Oh, it melts, yeah. When I was growing up, I ate a metric ton of lobster because all of my relatives were fishermen at the end of lobster season. They basically just give them to me, which was a good way to grow up. So that was my favorite thing. But my cousins always really liked the scallops. And after having a couple, it became a bit of a toss-up. What is it going to be? Lobster? Is it going to be crab? Is it going to be scallops? I think I'm still a little bit on the side of lobster, but scallops are pretty close.
You used to be a diver, right?
I was a commercial diver.
Commercial diver.
Well, there's the story. I'll give you the condensed version.
Sure.
I was the worst student in the world in high school. My guidance counselor called me and said, Duane, what do you want to do? And I was just being a smartass because that's me. I said, I want to be an underwater welder. Somebody had mentioned it somewhere. I didn't think it was a thing. Anyway, so I was a diver. So we dove in the Great Lakes, on power dams, some rivers, things like that. I've never actually gone diving in salt water. But growing up, I wanted to be a fisherman.
Interesting.
My grandfather was a fisherman. All of my cousins were fishermen. They would bring me out fishing, right? They were commercial fishermen, and that's just the way it worked. You want to come? Come on. I thought that was great, man. You know what's happening. Okay, the tide's up, the tide's down. That's how you structure your day, depending on what the season is. Go out for the gill nets during cod season. It's a good life. You know what's happening.
Yeah.
I don't think it's an easy life, but I think it's nice to know what's going on, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing.
So it's half boiled away now. Should we try the mayo time? Bring your plate up here, young fella.
아이고, 감사합니다.
Oh yeah. I'll give you half of the head, yeah?
Thank you.
There you go. Oh, look at that, huh?
That's amazing.
Now in the winter, that's the thing.
Yes.
Yeah. In the summer, it's pleasant. But in the winter, it's, I don't know what you call it, warming? Satisfying? There's a good adjective, and I don't know it. But that's this in the winter. What they usually do is have a couple of
25 years of living in Korea. What does Korean food mean to you?
Okay, I'll start by saying I'm cosmopolitan in outlook, and I love food. There are only a few countries that I've been to where the food is mediocre. So for me, that's where I put Korean food. I mean, it tastes good. I like it a lot. But it's not a subtle food. It's a in-your-face food. It's a fill-you-up food. It's a you are satisfied for the rest of the day food.
Yeah.
So that's what Korean food is for me. When I first came to Korea, I thought that it was pretty limited because everybody was always bringing me to the meat restaurants. And I thought, this is it. Koreans eat like samgyeopsal, tejikalbi all day. That's all they do. Oh, and of course, takgalbi. As I was here longer, people stopped bringing me to those places, and I started coming to more places like this, or the little bunchik places. You know, get your kimchi jjigae, your doenjang jjigae, or whatever, or sundubu jjigae. There's a really good place. Anyway, it's got a pretty good variety, using mostly the same basic ingredients, but they use them in such ways that the dishes are flavored differently.
Sure.
They have a different effect. So that's Korean for me. Nice, satisfying, filling food.
Amazing. Do you remember the first time you came here?
This restaurant? Yeah, it was 2009, winter of 2009. This, at that time, it wasn't like this. Nothing's like it, everything changes. So this was all where you would sit on the floor. And I sat over there with 3 of my coworkers, and that's what we had. We had Mayontong. And my coworker said, when I showed her the shabu shabu, she was horrified. I can't do it now because I think it's too cold now, but She said, "You're killing the taste of the fish," and I said, "You're missing the point."
The point being
Shabu shabu.
shabu. Well, thank you for bringing me here today.
Well, thank you,
It's been
man.
an absolute pleasure and a real feast. Let's polish this rest of the stuff off, and then it'd be great to get a coffee. Have a bit of a chat.
좋습니다. 좋고요.
좋다.
좋다. Yeah, okay, let's eat. Korea was in a very funny place where we had a massive superiority complex going against the massive inferiority complex. But these two things came together in this beautiful synergy. Like, we don't have it. We should have it. Let's get it. And we got it.
You're my faithful friend when I feel like I'm on my own. But you remind my heart it's darkest right before the dawn.